All right, guys, today we are going to be ranking all of the World at War through Black Ops 3 maps, 1 through 21. All 21 maps ranked specifically in each place by all three of us. So all three of us are going to have a separate ranking. I don't know how Nick ranked his, and I don't know how Timmy ranked his. So we are going to reveal how we rank them, and we're just going to have some open discourse and discuss some of our favorite zombie maps. So Nick's going to start us off here. He has his maps ranked 1 through 21. He has them on screen in Excel, and he has them blacked out. So I still don't know how he ranked them. I don't know what his number one is at all. And Nick, do you want to take it away and tell us what your thoughts are?
All right. So we'll start off with our bottom 5. 21 is Die Rise.
What? My favorite map! Just kidding.
No surprise there whatsoever.
It is very much what you'd expect. Just maps terrible. Not fun to play. Not fun to even fucking look at. Like some of these got.
Are you aware Tim and I recently played it?
I'm not aware of that. That's new information.
We tried it out because we had never played it. We were like, let's get our first impressions on this map, and also, you know, to prep for this video, we were like, we might as well get our first impressions on camera. So that video's probably gonna come out before this.
It'll come out before this one, yeah.
Yeah, we tried it out, and it sucked shit, and I hated it so much.
I'm not gonna give away my opinion of it. I'll wait until my list, but yeah, just letting you know we did play it.
Fair enough. Yeah, it is bottom of the map. So my criteria for how I ranked things were fun, wonder weapons, and looks.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. How fun it is to play, not very fun. How good is the wonder weapon? Terrible.
Not good.
It makes a fucking goo floor. Zombies slip in it, but it doesn't kill them, and it makes you slip around. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, Tim and I didn't even see that.
Yeah, just zeros across the board. Like, it doesn't look good. It doesn't play, you know. So my number 20 is Nuketown Zombies.
Interesting. Okay. So we have two Black Ops 2 maps sitting at the bottom here.
2 Black Ops 2 maps sitting at the bottom. Yeah, Nuketown Zombies. It can be fun if you're, you know, shooting the shit with some friends, but it's not really fun.
It's just Nuketown.
It's just Nuketown.
Fair enough, fair enough.
There is no wonder weapon, it's just the ray gun. Oh, sorry, it is the ray gun Mark II. It was the introduction of the ray gun Mark II. I forgot about that. It's brought it up a little bit, but that purely because of the ray gun Mark II. And it looks bad. My number 19 is Transit. It's Transit. We've played it on the channel before. It's just not fun. Maybe if you enjoy sitting on a bus.
Sitting on the bang bus, waiting for somebody to fuck your shit.
Right. There's so many times where it's like, oh shit, I've got to run back over here while I got to wait 20 minutes for the bus. Just terrible. Let's see. Shinonuma. Shinonuma is a controversial pick.
Let's hear this.
The water. The water is what makes it terrible. The fact that the water slows you down to the point where the zombies aren't slowed down and you can't outrun zombies. If you were fast enough to outrun the zombies just a little bit, but it was like you're still slow, like it would probably get a higher rating.
I get what you're saying. It'd be one thing if both player and zombie were slowed, but the fact that they are unaffected.
It's not lower because the wonder weapon is the WaF, but I feel like it doesn't carry it that much. The WaF is iconic, but it's not that great. My best bottom 5, I guess you could call it, is Verrucht.
Okay.
Again, there's the Winter's Howl and Black Ops 1 like isn't really that great. Other than that, like the base game, like yeah, there are sprinting zombies, so that makes it a little bit more terrifying and, you know, makes it so that it's not good.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I wrote this and I forgot what I wrote this like a week ago.
Yep.
Maybe 2 weeks ago, and I don't remember. Verrucht has I don't remember what I wrote. So I'm just like, oh yeah, this is what I did. Okay, here we go. Verrucht, decent, but not great. Not enough where it's breaking the bottom 5.
Do you want to maybe just uncover like 6 through 16? Just kind of uncover the whole mid portion and kind of just go over them quickly, and then you can go to your top 5 as more of a thing. You know what I mean?
Boom. There we go.
Okay.
So we've got Garad Krovish, Zetsubo, Horizon Drac, Revelations, all Black Ops 3 maps that are mid.
Okay.
Shangri-La, Baby Gun makes it fun. It's fun to look at. 5, I've enjoyed playing 5 more since we've played Ascension. Top 10, definitely top 10. Definitely
wildly controversial. Holy shit.
Wildly controversial.
Okay.
There's nothing that makes it stand out, but it's also not the worst.
Okay.
Call of the Dead. The looks, the only thing that's, I would say, bringing Call of the Dead down is George.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
It is a very good map overall.
Yeah, it is a very good map overall. The Wonder Weapon is really fun. There's 2 Wonder Weapons. There's the VR11 and then the Scavenger. Scavenger's just fucking awesome with Flopper. Shadows of Evil, great to look at, fun to play. Wonder Weapon is really good. The only thing that sucks is getting to pack is like you have to open up the whole map and do these kind of tedious rituals that you can absolutely get fucked on.
We should probably play it a little more.
We should. It is a fun map. Kino is up there. I love Kino with my heart and soul. It is what I remember playing on my friend's giant ass TV in her basement with like all my friends. The only thing I don't like is there's no like, once you have pack, there's not really, you're just doing circles. It's not like, oh, I want to go try to do this. There's no like extra oomph that gives it like, okay, there's something I could be working for. Origins is very similar, or not really similar. It's just ball crushingly hard, but the staffs are fun. The map looks amazing. The giant robots are annoying, but also fun.
I mean, if you're not stupid like Ron, you just don't get crushed by it. So
right, like
Not the walking robot, the little Big Daddy robots are why I hate Origins.
The Big Daddy robots are annoying, but if you know the map enough, you can get your staff before one of the Big Daddies comes. Once you have a staff, like, yes, they're difficult, but it's not like it's not gonna end your run kind of thing. You may go down or something like that. But so number 5 on my top 5, again, I don't remember what these are, is Duries.
Okay.
Blind top 5.
Nick's like, what? I put Doris at 5?
I am thinking that. Duries, I think, because other than the main circle area,
okay,
the garage with the Thompson room, as we like to call it, other than that, there's not really any viable place long term. Like Tim has done his weird like stage, I wouldn't even call him stage, just like catwalk runs, and like those are dodgy, but I like that. I like that it's dodgy. I like that it's World War II. I like that it's like fun to look at. It is very interesting. Yeah, and so that's number 5. Number 4 is Nocturne Toad.
Okay.
Now, people are gonna look at me and go, Nick, you put Kino way lower because there's not really anything to do. But Noct, the original Noct, was so, you had to be like skilled to get round 20.
It's iconic, right?
It's
iconic.
Like
Noct is to zombies what like Super Mario is to gaming, just as like a whole, right? Like it's the original, like you pay your respects, like it means something, you know?
If Noct wasn't fun, then they wouldn't have bothered to make more maps, and we wouldn't have COD Zombies today. So
having that camping spot up by the grenades, you and your buddies all have, you know, MG42s and Brownings, and you're like, oh, I gotta reload, and it's gonna take like fucking 10 minutes to reload. Like you guys gotta cover me, and there wasn't like a strategy. It was just survive. There's
no frills. There's no extra.
I still just remember like in high school, like kids talking like, yeah, dude, like the other night, like we actually got to round 20, and other kids being like, you've seen round 20? Like, does something happen when you get to round 20? Like, what's round 20 like? Because that was like an insane thing to do if you got to round 20 on Noct.
It is in its most pure distilled form, and that is why it's number 4. There are ones that that do it better.
And Nick doesn't know what they are.
I don't remember what they are.
Okay.
My number 3. Buried.
Interesting take.
It is
interesting take. Okay.
It's just because it has a Western theme.
It is a little bit because it has a Western theme, and it's fun to play. The Wonder Weapon is all right. It's not, you know, nothing to write home about, but it is fun to. I've enjoyed it more than I have enjoyed other maps, and I genuinely like. I know you guys are hard disagreeing right now, but I genuinely am like, this is fantastic.
I don't hate it. I'll have to play it a little bit more. I mean, we've only played it a couple times, so I just remember the weird like ghost stuff is where it loses me. Like
the ghosts are interesting. What I like about it is that you can just like, okay, I'm running in to go pack. Oh, it's not just, oh, I hit a button and I'm teleporting, or oh, I'm doing this and I'm running over there. It's okay, if you don't want to lose all your points, you've got to be skilled to do it. And it feels like a reward. Number 2, I believe I remember what this is, and you guys are probably going to get upset. Number 2 is Moon.
I thought that was going to be your number 1, so now I don't know what your number 1 is. Okay.
Yeah, I expected Moon to be in your top 5.
What map am I forgetting?
I have played Moon so genuinely much that if I'm having trouble sleeping, I will, in my brain, map out, okay, so you start off in Area 51, and then you go up the little, and I like internally monologue how to move around Moon, and how, like, oh, if you go this way, there's this on the wall, and if you go this way, there's this, and it's like, it is so ingrained in my being.
First of all, get help. Holy shit.
I mean, so that map was like the last DLC, obviously, of Black Ops 1, and Nick is a year younger than me, and so my generation was big on World at War. Nick was a little young. You probably didn't play too much World at War Zombies, if any, right?
I played plenty of World at War Zombies, but I got it after I got Black Ops 1.
Exactly. So Black Ops 1 was like your first zombies. And Moon is definitely there's the most to do if you are a kid who is just sitting in your fucking room playing Xbox all day. So it doesn't shock me because of the timing of your age and situation that you fell in love with Moon. That doesn't shock me.
Moon was what got me into Call of Duty Zombies lore.
Yes, and the Moon had like the first really interesting Easter egg too.
Shangri-La and Ascension Easter eggs are pretty mid. The Call of the Dead one is not great. The Moon Easter egg was the first one that was like involved, and it was the first Avengers movie of Call of Duty.
Yeah,
It was all these strings from the story that they had been building up over 2 games that finally all kind of tied together.
yeah.
And then Black Ops 2 came out and ruined it all. But but yeah, it was like, you know, fucking Richthofen's grand plan coming into fruition.
Uh-huh.
I know what's left. I know what your number 1 is. Go ahead.
My number 1 is Mob of the Dead.
That's crazy. I just realized that. I've been
Wild.
sitting here thinking, like, what map am I missing off this list? And I just thought of it.
Mob of the Dead is your number 1?
Mob of the Dead is, if I am bored and I want to play some zombies, I'll boot up Black Ops 2 and play some fucking Mob of the Dead.
That's crazy.
I like Mob of the Dead, but I don't know.
The map is fun. Getting to pack is challenging, but not so challenging that it's like...
It like crushes your nuts.
Exactly. It's a lot easier if you're doing it solo because you have 3 charges. You can build up 3 charges of the going...
Of Ghosty Boy.
Going Ghost. The Wonder Weapon is fucking amazing. The Blundergat, you can upgrade it so that it is the upgraded Blundergat that just like does flat more damage. Or you can get the Acid Gat, which you guys haven't seen. The Acid Gat is like the crossbow and the packed crossbow from Black Ops 1, but does way more damage, and it doesn't take so long for it to blow up. It is just like, oh, I want zombies to go over there now. Okay, they're going over there now, and I'm running off, and then it eviscerates them. The lore is great. I have not beaten the Easter egg, I will completely admit.
On your number 1 map.
If I want to play for the lore, I'll play Moon. But if I want to play and have fun, I'm playing Mob of the Dead. It is just genuinely fun. The same reason why I liked Rebirth Island in the original Warzone is because I know that map backwards and forwards, and I can go, oh, I'm gonna go over here, and like I know like 6 ways to get there. It's not just like in like Kino, for instance. You have one way to get through to an area, but Mob of the Dead, you have multiple ways to get to areas. It's not just, okay, you've got to go down this one way.
Less linear.
It's a lot less linear. It just fucking looks great. I mean, like, the docks is just like you could see a storm on the horizon. Pack is going to the goddamn Golden Gate Bridge. That's cool.
Yeah.
It is a very cool map. I just don't know if I'd say it's number 1.
It just, yeah, and that's my top and bottom 5.
All right. Well, guess we'll kick it over to Ron next for his
All right. Boys, my list, starting off with number 21. Last place is Die Rise. Tim and I just played this the other day. It was not good. The one thing I'll disagree with, if I was going to use Nick's 3 systems of fun wonder weapon and looks, I do think the map looks really cool. I like just even the opening with there's the dragons on the building next to you and stuff. I think the map looks really cool. I think it plays like absolute shit. And I think it plays so poorly that no amount of good looks, even if the wonder weapon was good, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, it's too big. You can't get back to like the perks you need to get back to. You can't get back to the box because you have to do like a full fucking 10-minute journey to get anywhere on the map. It just doesn't fit with what Zombies is supposed to be. And I did not like it. Number 20, I have Shadows of Evil.
Woo! Okay.
Cool. We've only played it like one time on Snack. We played it when Black Ops 3 first came out, before Snack and Slash, or before we were recording again. And then we've played it once on Snack and Slash, and it was an episode that didn't even air. So we don't even have any videos on the channel of us playing it. I just don't have anything positive to say about it. Like I said, we gotta play it more. Yeah, I've found something that I enjoy about like all of the maps, and I just don't, when I think of Shadows of Evil, I'm not like, oh yeah, I love like that. Like I just don't. Garage Crovey. Yeah, we've played it a couple times on the channel, I think. I know there's another episode that we played that's unaired, but we do have an episode that has aired with Garage Crovey, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I like that it's like future past themed. I think the size is okay. I like it better than Shadows of Evil. I just yeah, I don't have anything
I agree. It's definitely not anything to write home about.
exactly. And then at 18 I have Nick's favorite map.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it's way too tight corners. I just don't like Black Ops 2 in general. It has parts about it that are more memorable than Garage Crovey and Shadows of Evil, which is why it's 18 and not 20. But there's also enough little annoying things about it. And also keep in mind, a lot of my memory of this map is us doing like multiple attempts of the if you go down, you go to jail video. And then we had a coin flip episode that we didn't air because it was so bad that we kept going down a lot in that video too. So I have like some negative memories associated with it. But yeah, it's just a lot of like, okay, now you need to go down the stairs and take a left to get to the other half of the map, but there's a zombie that rounds the corner as you go down, so you just get fucked. Like, it's just a lot of that type of stuff. Like Nick said, the Pack-a-Punch could be more annoying, but it could also be less annoying, like building a whole ass plane.
Yeah, it is a lot less annoying when it's single player because you can go down 3 times. Like you build it up over rounds, but it makes it so that
the videos that we've done, we often haven't packed because packing is so hard.
Because we have to I have to train you fucks to learn how to play the fucking map.
Last of my bottom 5 here, we have Nick's third favorite map. Was it third?
Buried. Yep. Third favorite map.
Yeah, I don't like the ghosts. The beginning is okay. I do like that it's Western themed. I don't mind the random guy that like runs around and breaks down doors or whatever. That doesn't bother me at all. It was just like the ghost stuff was just overwhelming and too much. I like a little bit of simplicity in my zombies maps. And I just, again, I'm not a big Black Ops 2 guy, so all the Black Ops 2 maps you'll probably find a little bit lower on this list. So that is my bottom 5 there. Revelation's just kind of mid to me. Shangri-La is probably only so low because I spent so long as a Black Ops 1 fanboy disliking that map. Like, this was like the one Black Ops map that I didn't like growing up. And that was mostly just because it was hard. So it's hard. It's tight corners. It kind of doesn't live up to like what I think of when I think of Black Ops 1 kind of just having like perfect maps. It's hard, but not in a good way, the way like Noct is hard in a good way or Verrucht is hard in a good way, in my opinion. It's annoying. It's hard in an annoying way. Same thing for Origins. I think Origins would probably be maybe even as high as 6 on my list if it didn't have the big daddy fucking things that literally just the chain comes out and grabs you and sucks you in. And I guess unless you have the staffs Nick's talking about, which we always do challenge videos, so we never have the staffs in our challenge videos. You just can't do anything. So they just grab you and they kill you and it ruins the map for me. And that's why that's so low. Transit sucks. I made this list before. Nick and I had finished the Cap 40 video. I might even honestly move this lower if I were to make this today. Yeah, I might even put it like, it probably below Mob of the Dead. I don't know. The reason that it's not like next to Die Rise is because I do think the concept of a much larger zombies map is interesting. There's a lot of things on it that I do like and found a new respect for when we initially played it. Overall, it's too much and bad, not fun. Moon, Nick's number 2. we got middle of the line here. It's Black Ops 1, which I adore. I think the low gravity stuff is a little strange. Doesn't make me, it's not my go-to, like when I hop on Black Ops 1, I want to play some Moon the way that Nick does. That's not the case for me. My nostalgia comes from a little bit before Moon had come out. By the time Moon had come out, I was kind of in that like mindset of like, I want more Keynote or Totens, I want more Duries. And I obviously didn't get that because Moon's a little complicated, but I don't think it's bad. It's not down at the bottom. It is pretty much dead center. And I feel the same way about 5. It's just, it's a Black Ops 1 map, which I like, but it's a little bit harder. The hallways downstairs are just a death trap. It's just a more challenging map, so more challenging in a way that's not necessarily fun, but again, middle of the road. I don't think it's bad. Nuketown Zombies. I really like Nuketown as a map in multiplayer, and I think that they made it a zombies map is cool. I haven't played it a ton, so maybe if I were to continue to play it, my opinion would drop.
Top 10 though? Top 10 though, bro?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I wasn't even thinking about it as being top 10. The way I made this list is I literally went one map at a time, and I was like, do I like Nuketown more than 5, yes or no? And if it was yes, I would drag it one place. So that's how it ended up here. Like, this just implies that I liked it a little bit more than all of these maps.
I guess. I don't know, man. I think 10 is a little high for that map.
That is quite high.
I mean, like, you are now looking the audience dead in the face and going, yes, Nuketown Zombies is one of my top 10 favorite zombies map of all time.
11 through 21, though, I don't think I would put any of these in my top 10. So that's the problem. I don't have a single one of these that I would say, yeah, let me move that to 10. I don't. I'll have to replay 5 and replay Nuketown, because 5 obviously is 11, so that's the next closest one for me. Maybe 5 would maybe I would switch these two, maybe.
Yeah, sure, man.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't dislike it. I don't have enough bad things to say.
Let it be known that Nuketown Zombies is in the top 10 favorite zombies map of all times for Ron.
That's right. 9, Call of the Dead would be a beautiful map, ruined by George. Nick said it beautifully. George sucks. Zetsuba no Shima. This was a map that I waited a long time to really get into, and then we did some videos on it like in the last year. And I kind of realized, like, hey, this map's, like, pretty fucking good.
It is pretty good. I like that it has just enough going on. You have your boss zombies that aren't super annoying, but they're a little bit tougher than a normal zombie. It can be a challenge if you're, like, out of ammo or for backs against the wall. Like, the right amount of, like, extra zombie. Like, this is...
You can not even go into that little dungeon area. Like, you can just do... like full map circles or micro circles,
like, this
and
is
just
like a
play,
zombie +1.
Yeah, and just play it classically too.
The spider, like, fucking raid boss, I think is really cool.
Really? Okay.
Because it's so optional, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it's what Nick was talking about with, like, Moon, where, like, there is something else to do. The buckets for power, I think, is a cool, unique way to do power, but it's not intrusive, like building a power system. Like, 100%, I really like Zetsubo, and
building up to Tim having that as his number 1 map.
It is not my number 1, but
so with Zetsubo, the reason I put it so low is it's not that it's a bad map, it's that it is so genuinely buggy. In like it's been out for fucking like a decade at this point, so it's been patched. But when I first played it, like when Black Ops 3 came out, and I was like fucking excited to play it, and I was playing it on PlayStation because that was like when you had to play it, or where you had to play it. It would like, oops, you did something, and now the game's crashed, and you're not fucking. It doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Is he cutting out for you, Tim?
He did cut out, yeah.
Did I cut out? Frequently crash to the point where it was like, I don't even want to play this fucking map anymore because I know if I just play for like 2 hours and I'm gonna work on the Easter egg and I'm cutting out again. What the fuck? Yeah, so like you'd be like, those were ones where I would be working on the Easter egg and it would just fucking crash to desktop, and like you couldn't fucking play for more than an hour before it would just like, oops, now you're at the desktop and all your progress is lost. That same with Horizon Drac, same with Gorod Krovi, though Gorod Krovi I'm just not a huge fan of.
It's just mid.
I think it's just too busy. Derize and Drac is, again, mid.
Yeah, Derize and Drac, I'm surprised you say it's mid, Nick, because I think this is the best Black Ops 3 map. And you being a pretty big Black Ops 3 fan that like often is the one that pushes me and Tim to play Black Ops 3 when we suggest playing Black Ops 1. I would have expected a lot of the Black Ops 3 maps to be higher for you. This was the first one when I was like, oh, I don't know, because I obviously didn't like Black Ops 2, and I was struggling to like really get into Black Ops 3. And when I did play Black Ops 3, I was just playing Black Ops 3 on the maps that I already knew, like Kino and Deriz and stuff. So this was the first map that you were like, at least try this map. And I tried this map and I was like, oh, this is actually good. And it makes me feel like what I was missing all these years of feeling like I'm never going to get like another Kino or another Deriz style map that like feels like Kino or Deriz that has like the ability to do full map circles, the rooms to do the micro circles, like nothing too gimmicky. You can just fucking go somewhere and pack a punch. Like
unlocking the bows is cool.
Yeah,
they're a cool wonder weapon. Yeah,
the zero grav room is a gimmick that is fun to me and doesn't ruin the game. I don't know. I just think it's the best Black Ops 3 map. Again, it's not my top 5. It's top 7, but I just don't have very many negative things to say about it. I just think these 6 are better.
Black Ops 3 feels better.
Yeah,
it is a much snappier engine.
Yeah,
like
in
Black
engine,
Ops 1
I agree.
was snappier than World at War. Only thing that I think I got burned out on the maps. I played them.
You did play way too much Black Ops 3.
Yeah, my Steam library, 829 hours in Black Ops 3. And my favorite game of all time, Fallout New Vegas, is just shy of 500 hours. That is how much I've no-lifed that fucking game. And at some point you just go, I don't really want to. It has Kino, it has the good Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 maps where I can go, yes, I'm going to go play that because that is a better engine and it's my favorite map. And now with that mod, the weapon overhaul mod, that is like, okay, if we want to play like Kino or something like that, I want to play that. I want to play it on Black Ops 3.
I get what you're saying. You view Black Ops 3 almost more as a platform for zombies than you do as like a solid game, because it does have that like mod ability. You can put anything you want in there and still enjoy the engine and the feel.
I mean, I assume that a majority of the zombies community to this day, younger and older fans, would probably just overall rank Black Ops 3 as the best singular zombies game. And that is because of the mods. Like, it's a very good zombies game, and then even if you don't care for the maps that comes with it, if you want to play a custom zombies map, you have an unlimited choices. And they've added Cold War's engine and guns and Black Ops 4's engine and guns into the mods too, so you can like straight up play maps that have the Cold War fucking engine and guns and HUD and stuff. Like, it's completely moddable, so that it is kind of like the go-to zombies experience now. But anyway, Derize and Drac at number 7 for me. Coming in at 6, we have the first World at War map, right? I don't have any lower, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Number 6, we have Shino Numa, so that is my least favorite of the original 4 maps, but still top 6 for me. I am a World at War and Black Ops 1 fanboy. I'm old, I'm a millennial. That is what I grew up with. That is what, when I think of COD Zombies, I think of me and the boys playing World at War and Black Ops 1. I wish Shino had Pack-a-Punch, but obviously it just wasn't invented yet. Which, as I get older, when I was younger, I was like, oh, that makes it suck. As I get older, it's like almost an appreciation, like, oh, it's harder because you can't pack a punch. So, pros and cons, but Nick brings up a good point. The water sucks. I definitely think it's probably the worst of the original 4, but I still love it and enjoy the hell out of doing challenges on it and playing it, and it's number 6 for me. Number 5, we have Noctur on Toten, the original map. We've kind of discussed it already, you know, just the memories of high school and bragging about getting around 20. It's what launched everything. Nothing real bad to say other than just it came first, didn't have perks yet, didn't have pack yet, wasn't very big.
And I mean, there's a reason so many people do reimagining mods or like knocked but slightly better, and they don't really change much.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
If someone made Knocked Reimagined in Black Ops 3, that would be my favorite map of all time.
Knocked Reimagined, the World at War modded map that we have played on the channel, we'll put up a link to it, is my favorite zombies map of all time. It's just a modded map, so obviously it's not on this list. But that map fucking slaps to me. I don't even care that the Pack-a-Punch Easter egg is so annoying. I don't know what it is. I just fucking love it. But
because it's exactly what you want. It's exactly what the original World at War gave you. It's knocked, but it's got just the right amount of extra punch.
The stuff that you wished it had when you were a kid, yeah. When I was 15 years old and I was like, man, I love Nocturne Totem. I just wish it had Juggernaut and Pack-a-Punch. And then this guy was like, hey, I'm going to just add like Juggernaut and Pack-a-Punch to
Just like
Nocturne
2
Totem.
extra
Like,
rooms.
yeah.
Just like, that's it.
Anyway, that's number 5. And number 4, we have Verrucht. It is essentially kind of the same thing as Noct to me. It's the second map that ever came out. It is hard like Noct is hard. But they added perks to make it a little bit easier in that sense. You get Juggernaut for the first time, which obviously is a huge game changer in how
That's
Zombies
true.
feels, but still no Pack-a-Punch. It has kind of the circle feature that Zombies is known for. If, you know, there's a loop where you can train zombies. The whole map is a giant circle, but it's still really hard. It's got traps. It's got, you know, offshoot rooms to attempt to camp in that I wouldn't recommend. I don't know. It's hard, but it's fun and nostalgic for me, and I like it. And number 3, top 3, I have Ascension. I just think
Queen.
it's goated. I for a long time used to not like it as much because I thought monkeys were really annoying, but then I kind of had to just realize that, like, even if the monkeys steal your perks, like, even in we just recorded a video today that'll be coming out soon on Ascension. We had so much money when the monkeys stole our perks, like, we just bought Flopper back. So, like, when I was younger, I was like, this is so fucking dumb. I have to fucking spend money to buy the perk again or whatever. But, like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't wreck the map at all.
Especially when you think about, like, later rounds. Like, you're not spending points on fucking anything after you pack anyway. Like, you're just gonna buy them back.
I'm not in any way arguing I think monkeys were a good change. I think the map would still be better if they just had a traditional dog round. But I don't think it ruins the map the way I used to think. So I think it has the great micro circle spots.
100%.
My only downside is there's not a lot to do once you're set up.
That's the way I want my zombies, though.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want, like, if I want to do something extra, I'll go play Zetsubo, or I'll go play Moon, or, like, whatever. But, like, the whole point of horde shooters, the original concept of horde shooters, see how long you can make it. It's a fucking arcade mode. It is supposed to be video gamey. It is supposed to be fun.
The challenge comes from, like, oh, my teammate's down, so I have to leave my spot. Oh, this zombie came from an angle I wasn't expecting and kind of forced me down these stairs that I wasn't ready for. So now I have to, like, walk out into the map when I wasn't ready to walk out into the map. Like, I don't need there to be anything extra. Like, the game is the game. And the very simple high round achieving maps is just kind of what I look for.
It's what made Noct work so goddamn well in the first place. And I think getting too far away from that core concept, like Cold War, where they, like, added in, like, an extraction shooter element, like, nah, fuck that. Yeah, it's an optional mechanic. You don't have to interact with it. But even just the principle of being like, you can just end the game whenever. Like, no, fuck that. If you're sitting down to play zombies, you're sitting down to get the highest fucking score and the highest fucking round you possibly can. It is an arcade-ass game.
And that's where I think Black Ops 2 went wrong, because they were like, let's make it so you do more, and then it was bad. And then in Black Ops 3, they had to be like, okay, people didn't like that as much. Let's go back to what Black Ops 1 did so well, which is just fucking high round achieving maps. So, like, I don't know. And then we went away from that again in games, and now they're
look at
bragging
Black Ops
that
6.
they're going to go back to it again. We'll see how that actually goes. But yeah, so that's my number 3. Probably guess, you know what the top 2 are if you don't know the exact order, but Kino at number 2.
Not much else to say.
There's nothing else to say.
It's a beautiful map. It's a classic. If you're a high round achieving guy, this is the map. Yeah, nothing bad to say. And then my number 1 of all time is Duriz.
Yeah.
That is hands down the map that I remember before Black Ops even came out. Me and my high school friends camping up on that fucking railing with MG42s Pack-a-Punched and ray guns Pack-a-Punched, and it calling out, I'm reloading, cover me, while you were sitting there and reloading the MG42. Nocturne Totem tickled my prostate a little bit, but it was Duriz that made me come. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Let's say if it was just Nocturne Totem, Verrucht, and Shino, and then they kept going with zombies without Duriz coming out, I still would probably have liked it and would have, like, tried it and played a couple rounds of it or whatever when Black Ops came out, and it would have been something, like, especially Noct would have been something that was nostalgic to me. But, like, what made me like zombies so much that I came up with a custom challenge to do, which led to us making a fucking YouTube channel primarily where we make zombies content, is how much I fucking loved playing Duriz. It's similar to Kino. It's a high round achieving map. It's actually a little bit harder than Kino, but I think it's harder than Kino in a good way, not in a bad way. And I just think it's perfect.
Doris is like a hot woman. It's got curves in all the right places.
Yep.
You love looking at it. It's just chef's kiss. It's peak Zombies design. All right. Let me quickly get over
well,
to.
Thank you guys so much for watching this.
All right, that's all our lists for today. No, just kidding. We have Tim still.
All right. So
Tim, if Die Rise isn't your 21st map, I'm gonna fucking scream.
well, boy, do I have a thing for you.
Oh, okay, I was about to scream.
Coming in at 21, Tim has Mob of the Dead.
So coming in at number 21, I think we've said it. Both Ron and Nick have said it pretty much perfectly at this point. It's a bad map made by bad people who want to hurt you.
And if you like playing it, you're a bad person.
And you are objectively a bad person if you like that map. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules, but if you play Die Rise, you definitely deserve to be swatted. Coming in at number 20, we have Nuketown Zombies.
Wild.
Ron's top
My top 10.
For the same reasons that that Nick had said, really, it is just Nuketown Zombies. That is it. It is lazy, in my opinion. Nuketown was already overdone. Treyarch milked that thing like Bessie the old cow that needed to be put out.
They put it in like every game, too.
It needs to be put out of its misery. Stop making Nuketown. Just shut up. Just fucking stop. You didn't need to put it in Zombies. Waste of a map, in my opinion. Genuinely. Almost as bad as Die Rise. If I could tie these two for 21, I would.
That's my top 10. You better watch yourself.
Coming in at number 19, we have Shangri-La.
Okay.
I don't really like or respect this map. I have the opinion that the monkeys in this map are almost more annoying than Ascension to me.
Oh, 100%.
Hate them stealing fucking power-ups. If you take a power-up, you get penalized for it. Like, it's really dumb. Yeah, I've never really enjoyed it. Coming over here, we have Buried.
Nick's number 3.
I think the ghosts are one of the worst things Treyarch has ever come up with.
Really?
Yeah, I hate the fucking hedge mage area. It's really dumb. It sucks because like half of that map is cool and the other half really fucking dog shit, and I don't know what they were thinking. It was like we have this cool like little cowboy themed map, and like picking up the wall buys is like such a cool concept, but then you got like the fucking like special needs zombie that has to like smash shit that's like really weird, and then you have the fucking ghosts that just like steal your points, so if you go through the house at any point, just good luck buying anything ever again.
And of course, us at Snack and Slash, we hate mentally challenged people, so.
And women. And all the ghosts are women.
True.
So, goddamn. Yeah, Buried. Dumb map, Black Ops 2, bad game.
I will be 100% honest, and this is not a joke. I forgot about the hedge maze.
Yeah, the hedge maze is fucking awful.
Yeah, the hedge
and
maze
what do
is
you
pretty
have?
bad.
What is your reward for getting through the hedge maze? The ghosts!
No, other way around. To
Oh,
get through
right.
The ghosts
Your
to get to the
reward
hedge
for
maze.
getting through the ghosts is a fucking hedge maze that sucks ass and is really badly textured, and it all looks the same.
And it also keeps changing.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks ass. Buried sucks. I don't like that map.
I love how Tim has opinions just like everyone else, but Tim's opinions are always just amplified by 1,000.
Oh, yeah. I like to play it up. You gotta. All right, so the last one in my bottom 5 is Transit.
Yep.
I like it more than Buried. I like it more than Shangri-La, and I like it more than Nuketown and Die Rise, but that's because these bottom 2 shouldn't exist at all. Saying that is not much in Transit's favor. I think Transit is dookie dog ass. I think sitting on a bus for most of the game is not fun. The little guys that jump out of the fucking fog if you miss the bus and just basically kill you is dumb.
And like you can knife them off of you, so they're like kind of don't even really matter, but that's just like an annoying inconvenience, not fun gameplay.
Yeah. It's not even like I get it. They're like, oh, we want you to like fear the mist. Like there's a constant stalker that's like gonna get you. But like think about games that do that like way better. Like you play like Resident Evil 2 and like Mr. X is constantly in the background. And like if you run into him, you're probably fucked. As enemies like that, they're not good. They're not good stalker enemies. Transit bad. Yeah, 16 through 6. These are my middle of the road maps. Shadows of Evil, I don't have enough of an opinion to form on. We've played it a few times. I think it's okay. I really like the Lovecrafty stuff, but I just like Lovecraft in general. So I think that stuff is pretty cool. It's not necessarily low because I dislike it. I just kind of have to place it somewhere in the middle of the road because I just haven't spent a lot of time with it.
As I'm thinking about it, I may swap Shadows of Evil and buried. on my
Damn, you're gonna
list.
put Shadows of Evil at 3?
Yeah, it's genuinely. I'm thinking about it more. I'm like, maybe
The
it is
shakeup.
as good as I remember. Yeah.
Mid-video shakeup.
Yeah, mid-video shakeup coming in from the top rope.
Yeah, Revelations, it's all right. It's there, I guess. Moon, I've said it before. There's a lot of stuff about Moon that I don't like, but it could be worse. It could deserve to not exist. So I guess we'll put it here. Moon is okay. I think some of the zero grav stuff can be pretty fun. I think the Easter egg is like cool. Yeah, it's all right. It's not my favorite. 5, very similar. I have much more of an appreciation for 5 than I used to. If you had asked me even like 2 years ago, this would be like down here with Buried in Shangri-La. I hated it. I'd never liked it. I thought the Pentagon Thief was stupid. I thought Pac being in like a room by itself was really fucking stupid. I didn't like anything about it. But as we played more and we played more maps, I really learned to grow an appreciation for it. And I actually like it a lot. Garad Kurovi
Higher than Nick and I had it.
exists. I like it more than some of the other maps that straight up offend me.
Okay.
So I guess we'll put it there, but it's okay. Origins, I really, really like the setting. I think like the trenches is really, really, really cool. I don't get fucked by the boss zombie as much as Ron. It is still really annoying, which keeps it from going higher for me. I think it's all right. I like Origins. I think it's cool. The staff thing is cool. The fucking like tank that like moves later. I don't know. I really like the aesthetic of Origins, and that alone carries it really high for me.
Tim's top 10 is already out the window for me because it doesn't have Nuketown Zombies in it. Clear top 10 choice. Nuketown Zombies, the top 10 zombies map.
Call of the Dead at number 10. Again, it's hard to look past George. He is incredibly annoying, but I also find him at that right spot where he's borderline inoffensive unless you're in a particular situation.
Yeah.
You have to like fuck yourself for George to like actually kill you or like really be a threat.
You can't camp at all. That's the problem with the map, yeah.
But the map is so well designed, which is what carries the rest of it for me, that you can keep moving and it's not a problem. You don't really get stuck. You don't really get, I don't know. I think Call of the Dead is a really solid map. The celebrity cameos are fun. Who doesn't love Michael Rooker and Robert Englund and all those? Like, it's fun.
Yep.
Mob of the Dead, I actually placed in my top 10, which I'm sure Nick is very happy to see.
I am happy to see.
I actually really like Mob of the Dead. We've played it a lot on this channel, and I never experienced Black Ops 2 until recently. So a lot of my like nostalgia bias, like one thing that you guys got to realize is like, even though I do this like for a living, like we do this on this channel, we do this a lot. We are zombie tubers. I didn't play a lot of COD.
No, Tim's definitely not. Tim's here by association for sure.
I played COD with these guys because that's what they were doing at the time. But, I mean, for background, I was homeschooled when I wasn't at camp or I wasn't, hanging out with Ron. I was doing my own thing. I was playing fighting games. I was playing Monster Hunter. I was emulating JRPGs. I was playing a lot of other stuff. But Zombies was the multiplayer game for friends, and that's what we did when we were together. So a lot of nostalgia bias skews towards Black Ops 1, and then it just doesn't exist, pretty much. So a lot of these maps I'm experiencing for the first time now, or I'm experiencing them a lot more recently. Verrucht, kind of goated. I like Verrucht a lot. I think the Asylum setting is really cool. Starting the players on 2 halves, I think, is also like a really cool
I don't know
gimmick.
why they've never brought that back. I think that was super cool. Yeah,
I think that's a really cool gimmick because you have to work together, you have to communicate. Awesome.
It'd be even cooler if they did like you have to flip a switch on one side and the other players have to flip a switch on another side or something
flip a switch
too.
at the same time, like coordinate the button press.
They tried to do that with Zetsubo with the 2 buckets that you needed to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they also made it so that a single player could do it without like having to change the map too much.
Which brings me to Zetsubo, which I kind of said a lot of it in Ron's section. Number 7, it's in my top 10. I think the boss zombie is really cool. I think the spider boss being optional is fucking dope. You get like a free perk at the end of it. The map is just really well designed. You can do circles. It's the right amount of things for me without being intrusive.
Oh, I remember why I hate Zetsubo. It's the map that introduced Widow's Wine. I hate Widow's Wine more than I hate pretty much anything in zombies.
All right, number 6, we have Horizon Drag. The bow is really cool. I love the aesthetic of Horizon Drag. I think the castle is so cool. I think the map is really well designed. I don't know. I just like it. Every time we play it, I'm never disappointed.
Best BO3 map for sure.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, actually, no. Better than Shadows of Evil?
It's
Nick is completely shaking up his list, like with every word said.
number 5, Shino.
Interesting. Okay.
I actually really like Shino. I don't think the water ruins it that much for me, honestly. I like the layout. I like the perks being in 4 corners. I like that the 4 corners lead to a giant circle in the middle. Flogger's fucking hilarious to use. I love ragdolling zombies. It's a lot of fun. I really like Shino. Knocked at number 4. Place it a little bit higher, but still in the top 5. What can be said about Knocked that we haven't already said already? It's the fucking GOAT. It started it all. The big daddy of zombies. We wouldn't be here without it. Number 3, Ascension.
Also my number 3.
Ascension is absolute top tier GOAT shit. Like it
Goat shit.
Goat shit is much better than dog shit. Dog shit means bad. Goat shit means good.
Yeah, dog shit is down here. These maps that don't deserve to exist. Dog shit. That's the upper echelon, boys. Ascension. And I'm sure you know what my top 2 is by now, but let's just...
my exact top 3. The man of culture.
It is Kino. What can be said? The theater's great. Who doesn't love doing stage circles? And last but not least, Doris. When I think Call of Duty Zombies, when you say Call of Duty Zombies, the thumbnail of Doris, like, loading in is what the first thing that pops into my brain. It is the first map I ever played with you guys. It was my first exposure to COD Zombies. So in my head, this is the original map.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think this map is perfect top to bottom. There's not a lot of annoyances in it. I don't know. Everything's just perfect. Everything hits just right in Doris. These top 3, honestly, I kind of wish I could tie for a top 1 because they all share a very similar vibe with me. But yeah, Ron and I having the exact same top 3. Shocker.
Not a shocker in the I was expecting your lists. I was sort of expecting you guys to be like, hey, we should do the exact same list. That'd be really fucking funny.
I have my own opinions on maps. I like Mob of the Dead way more than
going to the Golden Gate Bridge, the Blundergat, the fact that you're in, like, fucking Alcatraz.
The theming of the map is cool. The characters, for not being like Nikolai and Dempsey, them being like Godfather stand-ins, I think is good.
I will say Black Ops 4 remastered 4 different zombies maps, including Nuketown Zombies. Made it way better, but they added just enough where it's like, okay, this is so much better. Like Blood of the Dead, I know people, I'm gonna catch some flack for this, but Blood of the Dead I genuinely enjoy more than Mob of the Dead.
But yeah, that's my 21 maps. I think that it's funny that not only did I share a bottom 2 with Nick, but a top 3 with Ron.
I have us all pulled up here.
Here, I could get you a fresh screenshot for mine, or just send it to you.
I got the red arrows.
Thanks.
Really shitty red arrows.
We all have Die Rise at the bottom. Ron has my 3rd favorite at the bottom.
Yep.
I love that we all had like slightly different fonts too. Like Nick's was a little thicker because he was zoomed in.
I think it's funny that like I have Moon kind of in the middle. Moon and 5 both in the middle. Tim has Moon and 5 both in the middle, right next to each other.
Ron and I have 5 at the exact same spot.
We all had Revelations around 13 to 16.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the worst. It's definitely not great.
Tim having Zetsuba at 7 and Horizon Drak at 6, and then I had Zetsuba at 8 and Horizon Drak at 7, right next to each other. And Shino above it. Shino. Oh, hold on. The only difference is Verrucht. If you take that out, if I were to move Verrucht down to 8, our top 8 would be identical.
You're right, it would be.
The biggest controversy between me and Tim was Nuketown Zombies.
That's why when you put it at number 10, I'm like, dude, I don't even think that map should exist.
And we both had Call of the Dead and... Oh, no, you had Mob of the Dead at 9, you had it at 10. Call of the Dead still similar place for us.
Oh, Ron, we have Call of the Dead at number 9.
And I put it at 10. The general consensus, the original Black Ops Zombies map, really good. Black Ops 2, not so much.
Although Nick did have originally 2 Black Ops 2 maps in his top 3. Then he switched Buried out. But...
Yeah, I don't know. The more I talked about Buried,
Nick was like, oh shit, that hedge mage does suck. Oh yeah, the ghosts do take your points away. oh yeah, that like weird mentally challenged zombie is like really unnecessary, and they could just have you buy doors.
Hey, don't talk about Arthur like that.
All right, guys, let us know if we genuinely really missed the mark on one of these maps. Rant at us in the comments. I want to hear it. Put your 21 list, just straight up type it out. I want to see what you guys have numbered. Very interesting to me to see what other people think. Like what normally when I tell you guys to comment, I'm just saying it for the algorithm. I actually would love to see what the fans think of ranking these maps. So please type out your rankings in the comments. It'll also help the algorithm, but
Even if you do want to rant and rave, I don't give a shit. I'm standing my ground.
all right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We make zombie challenge videos. We usually tell more jokes than we made in this video. This is a very analytical video, but if you like zombies, you like comedy, you like gaming, give us a subscribe, give us a like, and like I said, drop those comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
See ya.
See you later.